Imagine a world without the internet. No Google, no social media, no online shopping. What would that even look like? Hey everyone, welcome back to Matrix Mazes. Today, we're diving into a fascinating and somewhat terrifying scenario. What would happen if the internet shut down forever? But wait, before we enter the depths, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notifications for upcoming videos. First, let's talk about how deeply the internet has woven itself into the fabric of our daily lives. Think about your morning routine. You wake up, check your phone for messages or the latest news. You might stream some music or a podcast while getting ready, order your coffee through an app, and use GPS to navigate traffic on your way to work. All of these seemingly simple tasks are powered by the internet. The internet is everywhere. It's not just in our pockets or on our desks. It's in our homes, our cars, and even in our refrigerators. It connects us to our friends and family, it's our primary source of news and information, and it's a critical tool for businesses of all sizes. From remote work and online education to telemedicine and digital banking, the internet has revolutionized almost every aspect of modern life. So what would happen if all of this vanished overnight? In this video, we'll explore the profound impacts on society, the economy, and our day-to-day existence if the internet were to be shut down forever. Let's get started. So the internet just shut down globally. What happens next? The first thing we'd notice is the silence. No emails, no social media notifications, no instant messages. Communication as we know it grinds to a halt. No more emails pinging your inbox. No more scrolling through Instagram or Twitter feeds. And no more WhatsApp or Messenger chats. Businesses lose their primary mode of communication. Families and friends across the globe find themselves cut off, and the flow of information is immediately stifled. Next, e-commerce platforms go dark. Amazon, eBay, and countless online stores cease operations instantly. Financial transactions, reliant on online networks, are disrupted. No online banking, no stock trading, and payment transactions at physical stores could fail, as many depend on internet connectivity to process payments. As a matter of fact, most cash registers are also internet connected to function. This all would lead to immediate economic chaos as businesses scramble to adapt. Global connectivity. Think about how we rely on the internet for almost everything. Travel plans? Gone. GPS navigation? Gone. Even simple things like looking up a recipe or checking the weather become impossible. The world would feel suddenly disconnected. International calls might still work, but the ease of instant global communication we've taken for granted is lost. The sense of a global village would vanish, replaced by a fragmented, isolated world. Emotional and psychological impact. This sudden disconnection would be more than just inconvenient. It would be deeply unsettling. People would feel isolated and anxious, unsure of how to get news, reach loved ones, or manage daily tasks that have become second nature. It would be like being thrust back into a time before the digital age, but without any of the infrastructure or habits that supported communication and commerce then. Let's dive deeper into the economic fallout. The internet has revolutionized the way businesses operate. E-commerce giants like Amazon, Alibaba, and eBay have built entire empires online. Without the internet, these businesses would come to a screeching halt. Brick-and-mortar stores would struggle to handle the sudden surge of customers, and small businesses that rely on online sales might not survive the transition. Marketing strategies based on online advertising and social media campaigns would become obsolete overnight, leaving companies scrambling for alternative ways to reach consumers. Job losses. The ripple effects of an internet shutdown would lead to massive job losses. Industries like tech, online retail, digital marketing, and telecommunication would be hit hardest. Millions of jobs dependent on the internet. Think web developers, data analysts, online customer service representatives, digital marketers, and many more would disappear. Even traditional sectors like manufacturing and logistics, which have integrated online systems for efficiency, would face significant layoffs. The unemployment rate would skyrocket, leading to to economic instability and increased poverty rates. Supply chain disruptions. The impact on global supply chains would be catastrophic. Modern supply chains rely heavily on the internet for coordination, tracking, and communication. An internet shutdown means no real-time tracking of shipments, no online orders, and no electronic data interchange. Ports, warehouses, and distribution centers would be thrown into chaos, leading to delays, shortages, and increased costs. Just-in-time manufacturing processes, which depend on precise timing and delivery of parts, would break down, leading to production halts and further economic disruption. Impact on GDP. At a global scale, the economic ramifications would be severe. The global GDP, which is significantly bolstered by internet-based activities, would take a massive hit. According to some estimates, the digital economy contributes to over 15% of the world's GDP. Without the internet, this contribution would vanish, leading to a deep recession. Countries that are highly digitized and rely heavily on internet services would be particularly affected. International trade would suffer due to the breakdown of digital infrastructure, further exacerbating the economic crisis. Summary of economic chaos. In summary, economic fallout of a global internet shutdown would be unprecedented. Businesses would crumble, millions would lose their jobs, supply chains would be in disarray, and the global economy would plunge into a severe recession. The interconnected world economy we know today would be irreparably changed. Now, let's talk about the social and cultural shifts. Imagine waking up and finding that platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok no longer exist. The loss of social media would mean the end of instant global communication with friends and family. No more updates, photos, or stories from loved ones. Influencers who built their careers on these platforms would disappear, and the vast network of online communities would dissolve. Social movements that rely on these platforms for awareness and mobilization would face significant setbacks. The void left by social media would be filled with a profound sense of isolation and disconnection. Information exchange. Without the internet, our primary source of news and information would be gone. No more online news articles, video updates, or instant notifications. We'd have to rely on traditional media, television, radio, and newspapers, which are slower and often limited in scope. The real-time flow of information we've grown accustomed to would be replaced by a much slower trickle, leading to delays in news dissemination. People would find it harder to stay informed about global events, local news, and even weather forecasts. Misinformation could become more rampant as verifying facts becomes more challenging. Education and learning. The impact on education would be profound. Online education and remote learning, which became lifelines during the COVID-19 pandemic, would cease to exist. Students who rely on digital platforms for learning would be left in the lurch. Educational resources like Khan Academy, Coursera, and even simple YouTube tutorials would be inaccessible. Schools and universities would have to revert to traditional methods, which might not be feasible for all, especially in remote or underserved areas. The digital divide would widen, with those previously benefiting from online education being hit the hardest. Cultural changes. The way we consume entertainment and media would also undergo drastic changes. Streaming services like Netflix, YouTube, and Spotify would vanish, taking away our instant access to movies, music, and shows. We'd return to pre-internet entertainment, physical media like CDs, DVDs, and even VHS tapes. The convenience of on-demand entertainment would be lost, and people would have to adapt to scheduled programming on television and radio. This shift would not only affect our consumption habits, but also the entertainment industry, which has heavily invested in digital platforms. Summary of cultural impact. In essence, the social and cultural fabric of our world would be irrevocably altered. The loss of social media would create a sense of isolation. The slowdown in information exchange would leave us less informed. The halt in online education would widen the educational gap. And the disappearance of streaming services would change our entertainment habits. The internet has not only connected us, but has also shaped our culture and society in ways we often take for granted. Without it, we would be thrust into a vastly different world, struggling to adapt to the loss of instant instant connectivity and access to information. Let's move on to the technological and security challenges. But before we dive deeper, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Our world is incredibly dependent on internet-connected devices. From smart homes and IoT gadgets to cloud computing and AI, the internet is the backbone of modern technology. Imagine your smart home devices, security cameras, thermostats, and voice assistants suddenly becoming dumb. Businesses relying on cloud services for storage, data analysis, and operations would face monumental challenges. Even basic services like email and online backups would be lost. This dependency means that without the internet, both our personal and professional lives would face unprecedented disruptions. Security concerns. Cybersecurity would undergo a dramatic shift. Currently, a significant part of cybersecurity efforts focuses on protecting online data and systems from cyber attacks. Without the internet, the nature of security threats would change. Physical security would become more critical as the threat landscape shifts from digital to physical access. However, while online threats like hacking and phishing would diminish, the chaos and desperation resulting from a sudden internet shutdown could lead to increased criminal activity, both online and offline, during the transition period. Governments and organizations would need to rethink their security strategies to protect sensitive information and infrastructure. Technological innovation. Necessity is the mother of invention, and a global internet shutdown would undoubtedly spur innovation. Engineers and scientists would be forced to develop new technologies to adapt to a world without the internet. There might be a push towards creating more resilient, localized networks that don't rely on global internet connectivity. Innovations in offline data sharing, mesh networks, and alternative communication methods could emerge. The tech industry would pivot towards building solutions that ensure connectivity and data access in an internet-less world, potentially leading to groundbreaking advancements we can't yet imagine. Summary of technological and security challenges. In summary, the loss of the internet would expose our deep reliance on connected technologies, drastically alter the security landscape, and drive a wave of technological innovation aimed at creating more resilient systems. Our adaptation to this new reality would shape the future of technology and security in profound ways, highlighting both our vulnerabilities and our capacity for innovation. So what would happen if the internet shut down forever? We'd face immediate chaos, with our communication, businesses, and daily routines disrupted. The economic fallout would be staggering, with massive job losses and supply chain breakdowns. Socially and culturally, we'd find ourselves isolated, struggling to adapt to new ways of consuming information and entertainment. Technologically, we'd face significant challenges, but also opportunities for innovation. Final thoughts. While this scenario might seem far-fetched, it's not entirely impossible. Natural disasters, cyber attacks, or even regulatory decisions could lead to significant internet disruptions. This underscores the importance of safeguarding the internet. It's not just a tool, it's the backbone of our modern world. As we navigate this digital age, we must think about how we can contribute to a more secure and resilient internet. Advocate for better cybersecurity practices, support policies that protect digital infrastructure, and be mindful of the ways we rely on this technology. Let's work together to ensure that our digital lifeline remains strong and secure. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. See you next time.